All right. I think slow mode is on. Trying to see if this is working good. All right. So we're gonna head over to tradingview.com so you can look up the charts. I just wanted to look up gold because that's primarily what I'm trading this year. Just do a quick analysis on it. Every time I start or mark up my charts, I always every week, for the most part, I just literally start from fresh. I just hit remove drawings and clear the whole chart so I could just kind of get a fresh view on the market, and maybe if I see something different, it might make me take a better trade. So I have when I'm looking at a chart, right, I usually go to this little candlestick thing, and then you can go to lines, right? Lines will show you just the direction a lot more clear. And when I'm going to mark up a chart, the highest time frame that I'm like going to look up at or start from is the daily. And even then, like lately I've been using the 4 hour time frame more, and then I'll drop down to the 1 hour, the 30, the 15, and then sometimes the 5. But if you want to hold your trades longer, obviously the higher time frame is what you want to stick to. So like the 4 hour, 1 hour, daily. I don't know how many people trade the daily. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that trade the daily, but that's more of like a slower time frame. It just, like I said, it's a daily. One candlestick changes every day, so you're just waiting. But lately, the 4 hour has been absolutely like killer for me in terms of like being able to see anything. So this is how I mark up my charts. I'm gonna go to the daily, and obviously when I'm marking up my charts, I'm gonna look for certain areas where it's obvious as to where the market has its resistance and its support levels. So right now, right, the easiest one for me to spot is this. There's there's two levels where the price has came down and smacked both of them, right? The same area. So these two right here, right? So I'm gonna mark that up. All right. Now another way that I do it as well is I look for the highs, right? So you got a high right here, and then you got a high right there. Now you also have a high, right? Like I said, you have to find parts of the trend or the market or whatever you're trading where it hits multiple areas. Either it's a rejection zone or a support zone or both. So what I mean by both, right? So right here, you have it made a high, right? And then it made obviously a higher high, whatever, and came down, take out these lows, right? We'll talk about that later. You have a high right here, which means when it rejected, it became a resistance zone. And if you look to your right, let's say I just move this down right here, you also have a support level right here, meaning that price came down to this level right here. I rejected off of it and did not close back inside of that area. So I know for a fact that that price is going to stay there and push up, because it already came down and rejected and said, I don't want to go past this level and I'm going to stay right here. So this level, so when I flip this candles, so you can see it, right? Now look at that. You have your candlestick right here and it closed. Look at the way it closed. It never closed below, it closed above, right? So that's on the daily. Now we're going to go on the 4-hour. So remember here, I'll mark up this level so we can see it. So this level, right? This is the 4-hour right here. Okay. So we're gonna look to the left. This is where we had that double top. If you pay attention, right? So remember that level that was right here. You have 1, 2, 3. None of these candles closed, right? They never even closed below this wick. So this is confirming to me, like I said, that the market no longer wants to push down and price is going to stay firm right there and it's going to push back up. So this is one trade that I had taken the prior week. We had that gap up and then it just continued. This week, I think it was Monday. We had this continuation because I had traded this on Sunday, and I made like a couple $100. But the only thing, so because this week was NFP week, right? So I don't really trade like Monday through Friday at all. I don't know why. It just ever since I started trading, like that week it just doesn't work for me. It might work for you, it might work for other people, but for me, I just stay away from it. It's just too much news, too many red folders that will just affect the way that I trade and the way that the market flows. So when I was looking at this trade, right, I had already seen that price, obviously, like I said, found support in here, right? And there was like multiple touches. There's a fake out right here. We already had multiple touches, right? So when this price made that high, I had to wait because as you can tell, price is really weak, and I'll show you in a second. And we came back into that support, back into that support, back into that support. So then we pushed up here, right? So support was holding really strong in this area. As you can see, there's so many candlesticks that never besides this candlestick right here, that broke down into that level. So let's say price like broke down into this level and did something like this, right? Then you can say, okay, you know what? Price is probably going to drop, right? Why? Because this is your at one point this is your resistance, right? And when price breaks that resistance and continues to go up, this becomes your support, right? This is what you want to watch out for. So price pushed up, price came back down, support once, price pushed up, came back down, support 2, push back up, came back down, support 3. So this is a very, very strong area, which means I'm going to take a buy. Why? Because price has already pushed so many times there and it never broke that area, meaning that price is ready to push back to the upside and go test that new resistance level, right? So your new resistance level is this guy right here. That's where we're aiming, right? So when we get into this area down here, this is where your next price point is going to be. So you could have gotten for a buy and held it. What was this 43.12? So you could have gotten for a buy and held it, right? And the craziest thing is this week gave another entry for anybody that wanted to get into gold. And let me don't know if I can rotate this guy. I'll just use these. Let's clone this. Just leave it like that. Not perfect, but anyways. So now when I say that this week was a good week for you to get into a trade, if you missed your entry last week on gold, or like I said, Sunday was when I entered, um, this was a very, very good trade. So you have, so okay, let's see. Let's go like this. So price was, we're gonna do this. Price came down here, right? Boom, 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 boom. We're right here, right? This is another confirmation in order for you to take buys, because price came and made that high, right? Came down, right? And pushed up. Now, this has helped my trading like completely, like 360 within like a matter of weeks. When you're reading the chart and you're looking for certain things, if you see, right, that there's like support level right here, look at this shit. So there's a small little area right here where price turned into like a resistance area, support level, right? We made a higher high and a higher low. Now price is going to go push up again, right? So this is like the main thing that you want to pay attention to when you're trading: higher highs, higher lows, lower highs, higher lows, stuff like that. If you can learn to read that, then trading becomes 20 times easier. All you have to do is wait for those pullbacks, because a lot of us will be like, oh, price is so high. And this is where your psychology comes in, because a lot of us say, oh, price is so high, but you'll just jump into a trade. It's like, bro, you're buying at a high level because you feel like you're going to miss out on the trade. Why would you pay for something at a high price, right? So it's like if you're going to the store, you're not going to buy milk for $8. You're going to wait for that to come back down. You're always going to want to buy something cheap, right? Like it's on sale. You got to think about it like that. You got to think about like the market being on sale. Every time the market, does a pullback, it's on sale. So you want to be patient enough to wait for that price action to configure itself so that you can get in at a really good position. So this week, I think this is on a 4 hour. So this was Wednesday, Thursday-ish, around there. No, this was Thursday, Friday. This was Friday. Yeah, right here. This was Friday. And this is Thursday. So this was Wednesday, Tuesday. So Monday, Tuesday-ish, right? You could have got in for a trade right here on this pullback and just left it alone, and know that when the market opens on Sunday, it's going to either continue. The thing is too, is that I've learned that you have to be careful. Like I've learned that you have to pull your trades out sometimes, unless you're in a really, really good position that Friday, because sometimes when market opens on Sunday, it'll either gap down, gap up, or just stay the same. And I've got burned so many times that I just don't even risk that kind of style. I just pull out my trades unless I'm in a really, really, really great position where I know for a fact that price is gonna like not touch, where my entry's at, or it's just something I've held for weeks or months. But yeah, so this was a pretty straightforward, simple trade. I've been watching gold since like towards the last 3 months of last year. I haven't really traded it like that, but these last couple months, I've been I like gold more now than I did before. And I think it's just because of the growth that it has. I mean, if we look at gold, it's it's just going up. and you can't you can't be you can't be you can't be mad at gold. Gold be golden. But as you can see, we're just on an upward trajectory. So I personally think, and this even looks good for the week. Is this week? Yeah, this is the weekly. If the weekly closes above, oh man, I for sure we're gonna reach new highs this year. Like I have a feeling gold will at least for sure 1000% hit 6K, if not more. Um, and the thing is, this is just the beginning. So if you're in gold, like bro, gold is gonna be doing some amazing things. I just have a feeling, and I want to be a part of that. So I don't know if another. I was gonna do one more analysis because I already did the analysis for this. What I'm looking at for next week, coming week. Uh, yeah, price action was really good. I know for a fact we're gonna be testing 4,550 because that is the newest high. Um, and that's the thing. So let's say that price does go to 445.50. I would not be buying at 45.50, right? So my plan, since this is your new level of resistance, right? Let's do this red. So this is your new level of resistance, right? So it's already rejected twice. You have 2 times that it rejected, right? So if it rejects a third time and continues to fall back down, we are not buying gold. We're gonna have to wait for either gold to break out of this area. So this is a possibility as to what it could do. So let's just start right here. So let's say gold breaks out of this area, right? Do not be the person that buys gold right here. You are gonna get cooked so hard, and you're gonna be like, I hate gold trading. I hate trading in general. No, you just don't know how to fucking trade. When price breaks out of here, this is not, oh, let me buy gold. No, this is gold telling you, hey, I broke out of this area. Now let's see if I can stay in this area, right? So this is what I've learned like in the past like year or two. When something breaks out, right? A lot of the time it'll come back, right? And it'll come back in this area where most people buy right here, right? So whoever bought right here, right? Let's say they buy and it goes up. Cool. They made a little bit of money. And then the thing is they hold and they put their stop loss right like really close. Like let's say they put their stop loss like right here. I've noticed a lot that price comes back down and like gets all of those stop losses, and then price will just come back. Let me do this. Price will just come back. So it'll break out, come back, get all these stop losses, and wick back above this, right? And then start doing this. Boom. And this is what you want to do, right? So let's say this happens and you want to get in the trade and you're like, I'm going to buy gold now, whatever, blah, 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 right? When you go and look for a position, do not get in when price breaks out. Wait for the wait for it to come back, wait for it to retrace, and be patient with the retrace, because sometimes price could retrace and hold underneath your the area that it broke out of and just keep falling. So that's why I say be patient, wait for the retrace and see what it does, because sometimes, like I said, it'll pump back in and just keep going. If this happens, then wait for the next pullback, and if it closes above this level, then you're good for buys. Like, it's that simple. People overcomplicate this shit when it doesn't have to be that complicated. Wait for buys, wait for your pullbacks, and get in. It goes both ways. When you're selling, when you're buying, it's literally the same shit. Now, when price is going sideways, obviously you don't want to be in a trade. And I mean sideways like there ain't nothing going on, like, at all. Like, you don't want to be in anything like that. You want direction. You want the market to tell you, I'm going this way, or I'm going that way, or I'm not going no way. So you got to be patient and take your time when you're analyzing the market. There is no need to be rushing. That is how you lose. And let's see. I am only analyzing gold at the moment. There are like other trades and stuff that I want to potentially look at. But I don't really have, what is this, NZD? I don't really like care for currencies much anymore. I did. I didn't have like, I don't know. I just there's just too many factors and it just doesn't move like that. Like it moves, but it's not great. Um let me see. I think there was another one. Yeah, this is the one that I was looking at like a while back and I completely forgot about it. Let's go on a higher time frame. And I wish I was paying attention, but hey, it happens. So yeah, this was a super easy trade. You have your resistance level or support level down here. And I thought because of this candle, it was going to keep going down, but I don't know what the hell. Like, what kind of structure is this shit right here? Anyways, yeah, and it just ended up going up, pulling back, taking off. So if anybody's trading USDC, what is it, CHF, your next point is probably going to be this one right here. Where is right here? I don't like that color. Right there. So probably wait for a pullback maybe or something, or I don't know. We'll see how it opens. But yeah, this trade has potential too because, like I said, if this breaks out too at that level, you're probably gonna be pushing back up. This, like I said, see, look, this is shitty price action. It's just going up and down, up and down, up and down. One support, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rejection a shit ton of times up here. So, yep, you have a clear path to go up and test it and see what happens. But yeah, we'll have to stay and see what's up. Let's see what news is coming up this week. Forex Factory. Saturday, Monday. FOMC member, 10-year bond action. They're all yellow folders for Monday. So Monday's probably going to be chill. You have CPI on Tuesday, so that's probably going to be crazy. Damn, you got folders all day on Tuesday. It's probably going to be chill. Maybe. I wouldn't trade Tuesday. You got PPI on Wednesday. That's red folders. That's a lot. Thursday's not bad because you don't have many folders that day. I don't see any actually. Just yellow, but they're all like Euro, GP, GBP. Let's see, Friday. You got 3 folders Friday, 4 folders Friday. So Friday, I probably wouldn't trade. I would probably look to trade Monday for sure because that looks chill on Monday and possibly Thursday. Monday and Thursday is what I'm looking at for myself. Like I said, I didn't trade this week, so I'm going hard these coming weeks. And I've noticed that the end of the week or the end of the month, towards the end of the month, like the last week or so, has been super great for me. I find amazing trades. Yeah, so just take your time. Look through your analysis before taking a trade. Be patient, wait for your reversals, wait for your pullbacks, higher highs, lower lows, stuff like that, because it will help you in the long run if you just slow your shit down and take your time. But I will be making another video soon, and I'll be posting this one, so whoever needs to go back and look at it, if you want to suggest different video styles, like, hey, I need you to do price action, hey, I need you to do support resistance, hey, I need you to do this, like, just shoot me a message or whatever, and I'll get back to you, and I'll start creating better content or more videos on, you know, specific things you guys want to see. Or if you guys want me to come on here and analyze currencies, NASDAQ, US 30, anything like that. Right now, I'm just focused on gold because it's literally a gold mine, and a lot of people are sleeping on it. So stay tuned for more of that, and we will see what happens.